The opening match of the 2023 Rugby World Cup will see host nation France take on New Zealand's All Blacks, who are currently ranked number 4 in the latest World Rugby rankings, their lowest ranking ever going into a World Cup. These sides share a rich history of epic World Cup encounters, having played each other on 7 occasions since the inaugural tournament in 1987, where the All Blacks managed to beat France in the final 29 points to 9. The All Blacks have won 5 of their 7 World Cup encounters against France, with their biggest winning margin coming in the 2015 quarter-final, where they won by nearly 50 points. In contrast, France's largest victory in World Cup encounters against New Zealand came in the 99 semi-final, where France won by 12 points. Starting lineups. The All Blacks team remains largely unchanged since their heavy defeat to the Springboks at Twickenham. The dynamic Cody Taylor comes in for veteran hooker Dane Coles, Tyrell Lomax gives way for Nepo Laulala at loosehead, and Dalton Papali'i cracks the nod ahead of Luke Jacobson at number 6. The only change to the backline sees Anton Lienert-Brown come in for the injured Jordie Barrett. The All Blacks have opted for a 5-3 split on the bench and brought in the exciting Finlay Christie ahead of Cam Roigard and top Super Rugby Pacific try scorer for the 2023 season, Lester Fainga'a-Nuku should be making his first Rugby World Cup appearance. France have also very much retained the same starting lineup that thrashed the Wallabies in their final Rugby World Cup warm-up match. Jean-Baptiste Gros gives way to Reda Wardy at tight head, and Cameron Waki comes in for the injured Paul Willemse at lock. The backline remains identical barring the inclusion of Yoram Moefana at 12 for the injured Jonathan Danty. The French bench returns to a 5-3 split after they opted for 6-2 against Australia. The replacement forwards remain largely the same, and fullback Melvin Jaminet retains his spot on the bench, while we see powerhouse Montpellier centre Arthur Vincent claiming his spot on the bench alongside Maxime Luku, rounding out the replacement backline. Matchups. Thibaut Flamand versus Scott Barrett. Flamand was one of the standout players for France in the 2023 Six Nations, starting all 5 matches and scoring 3 tries. Flamand is slightly taller and heavier than Barrett, but Barrett's work ethic and experience will be invaluable to the All Black success. Barrett has an engine on him that never quits. These two will be keeping each other very, very busy at line-out time as well. Gregory Aldred versus Ardie Savea. Aldred will have his hands seriously full with Ardie Savea. At 26 years old though, Aldred has heaps of experience, having already made 42 appearances for France and is aggressive on defence and with ball in hand. Savea is one of those ball carriers that just never stops working, even when he's got 3 defenders hanging off of him. So Aldred will need to be sure he puts his 115 kilogram frame in front of Savea at every opportunity to stop him from making meters. Aaron Smith versus Antoine Dupont. Centurion Aaron Smith will want to go out with a bang, with this being his final World Cup appearance. Arguably one of the best passers in the game, Smith thrives off quick ball and is excellent at passing players into space. Dupont is one of those players that can do everything. He's the most expensive player to buy in fantasy rugby, and he should be. There is just simply no denying that at some point in the match, Dupont will do something magnificent, and to all of us, it'll be absolutely no surprise at all. Matteo Jalabert versus Richie Mwanga. Jalabert was drafted in for injured rugby sensation Romain Ntamak, but any side would be lucky to have him. Had it not been for the exceptional Ntamak, Jalabert would have had many caps for France by now. Mwanga will be looking to exploit the French backline on attack, and you can be sure we'll see 1 or 2 cheeky chip and chases from the elusive Mwanga. Both these 10s will have a massive role to play in game tempo and management, with both 10s enjoying a fast, fluid game, and both teams having the ability to counter-attack from anywhere on the pitch. Gael Fickou versus Rieko Ioane. Both these 13s are no stranger to line breaks, and combined with phenomenal offloading abilities, we can expect to see some very exciting play from both Fickou and Ioane in the midfield. Defensively, Fickou holds up better than Ioane, so it would be interesting to see whether France unleash Arthur Vincent on Ioane in the second half. Damian Penaud versus Mark Telea. Probably one of the more exciting matchups in our opinion. Telea is more slippery than a bar soap covered in oil, and Penaud has the ability to score from anywhere on the park. You can be sure both teams will be putting the ball up high and trying to put pressure on their opposition in the air, with both of these men more than capable of holding their own under the high ball. This is a matchup that promises to make the highlights reel for sure. The impact of both benches will be crucial in this all-exciting encounter, and what a way to kick off the 2023 Rugby World Cup by testing these two World Cup rivals against each other first up. Wherever your loyalties lie, this proves to be an iconic World Cup opener. Prediction. Probably going against popular opinion here, but on the whole, starting team, ability and bench considered, we just can't see New Zealand losing this one, despite the home ground advantage to France. Will be a close encounter, but we see the All Blacks taking this one by around 5 to 10 points. Let us know your predictions in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care and happy rugby.